Thank you so much for joining us, Anokhi, worldwide, whichever live you're on, Instagram, on Facebook. I'm so excited to be coming live with you guys with another episode of Anokhi Uncensored Live. I'm your host, Girn, and I'm also the founder and CEO of the umbrella brand Anokhi Life, for those of you who may be coming on for the first time. So today's theme is called What's in your makeup bag and closet for the fall and the holidays? My two guests, as you can see, if you're on Instagram, they are directly below me. If you are on Facebook, they are on my right, I think. So I want to just tell you guys a little bit about these lovely ladies. These guests, first of all, I want to tell you a little bit of information about them that they hold in common. There's two things they hold in common. One is their love for glam. Monika Bondi is a stylista, and Karishma Mehta is a makeup artist and a hair stylist. The second thing that they have in common is their relationship with each other. They are sister-in-laws to be. So I'm putting it out there right now. What a match made in heaven. I've just got to give it up to your guys' significant others for matching up their women on point.
Lamba men.
I'm telling you. So before we begin, let me share a little bit about each of them with you guys, just to kind of set context on the rest of the show and also to see why I picked the both of them for this particular episode. We're going to start off with Karishma. So Karishma is a makeup artist and a hairstylist who believes that her calling is to reveal the sparkle and inner glow in everyone. And as the consummate expert that she is, with more than 8 years of industry experience, as well as having worked with top makeup brands like Chanel, MAC, and NARS, but to name a few, there is absolutely no doubt that she knows how to help bring out the beauty in absolutely everyone. Karishma has worked on countless projects, including glamorous top-notch weddings and some uber elite photo shoots across the US. Her exquisite work has also been published in well-respected blogs and wedding magazines alike. And whether it's for a wedding, a red carpet event, or a photo shoot, Karishma's meticulous ability at making her clients feel stunningly beautiful is a testament to her patient, meticulous, and detail-oriented nature. Her brand is called Makeup by Karishma. She is on right now. She's logged on through that account. Be sure to check it out and to like and follow her because she does some incredible things. Welcome, 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 Karishma.
Thank you so much, Raj. That was like a great welcome.
Don't worry, sweetheart. Anytime you need an introduction, I'm there for you, girlfriend.
I see that, for sure.
So, and next up we have Monika Bondi, who, by the way, for those few people out there around the world don't know our relationship, she's actually my baby sister. She is a true stylista. She came out of the womb wearing clothes. I'm just sure she did. One of the original editors of Anokhi magazine when we were a print glossy over 17 years ago. She held the coveted title of style editor throughout her 15-year tenureship, making her the go-to for Hollywood and Bollywood designer brands from around the world. Among her many accomplishments, she created the very popular Monika must-have section in each issue of the magazine, was responsible for developing the very first holiday gift guide, which continues on the magazine blog until today, and has styled many a high-profile fashion show and photo shoot across North America. I myself, I have to say, have been fortunate enough to have her style me on many red carpet appearances, from the IFAs to the Grammys to the Anokhi Awards. Now a resident of the Chicagoland area, Monika has been a licensed realtor since 2016, where her gift for the gab has seen her close million-dollar houses within the first 4 months of getting her license, quickly earning her million-dollar guild status, which she has held since 2017. And if that's not enough, she has since expanded her passion for style by becoming a certified staging consultant held by less than 1,500 brokers in the state of Illinois. Please welcome to the show, my girl, Monika Bondi Lamba.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for this platform too. My Anokhi family. It's been so long. I love it.
Oh my
so
gosh.
Excited to be here.
Well, they also miss you too. And I just put the Lamba in there as well, just so bro-in-law knows that I'm looking out for him as well. So I want to get right into it with you girls, because there's so much for us to talk about. And I know that this is not going to be the last time that we are going to sit here together. I know that come January, we're going to be doing this again, because we're going to be hitting up the winter season, which we all hate because of the snow, especially the part of the world that we live in. You guys in Chicago, me here in Toronto. So I know that we're going to really need to add some glam and spice to that part of the year. But right now we are headed into one of definitely my favorite times of year. Fall, festive, holiday season. The best clothes come out at this time. All of the, beauty brands, release their best selections throughout this part of the year as well. I know that things with COVID and the kind of year that we've had, things must have been different in that realm. I want to begin first of all by asking you guys, how has COVID affected, what you guys do? Like, how have you, if at all, had to pivot to be able to kind of stay in the game and keep people excited about what you do? Both of you.
You want to start?
Yeah, sure. I think there's been a huge change with COVID. I mean, staying in has been like not wearing makeup much, but just trying to, whenever we can, we see family and we'll put on like a little gloss here and there, some eye makeup. Moving forward, I don't think, masks are not going to be going away anytime soon. So cleaning up the eyes is like a major thing right now. And I think
the eyes is going to be the big game. Okay.
Yeah, because we're like covering up our face, half of our face. So I feel like eyes are going to be what we're going to play with a lot coming months.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to get your tips and tricks around that. Monica, what about you? What are you seeing?
You know me, I'm all about fashion and color and the glam and the glitz. So when COVID hit, it was like a halt. Oh my God, how the heck am I going to keep my glam on? COVID or no COVID, I still gotta look good. You know me, right?
I know.
The Zoom life is going on. My butt's not going on a screen with no makeup on, right? I'm not going on there looking like I just walked out of bed. So how am I going to do that?
Right.
So for me, it was like hitting up online like crazy. Etsy's, the Amazons, any way I could get stuff to me fast, right? So that was really where, I was an online junkie, to be honest with you.
So, it's interesting that you said that, Monica, because, our world became Zoom, became online meetings, right? So all of a sudden now the trajectory of how we appear in front of other people, whether it be kind of in the professional realm, especially you as a realtor, Grishma, you in the the wedding and the glam fields as well, and then on top of that, personally as well, with family members, people who haven't seen you for a long time, they don't want you looking like crap. Right? Because you want to kind of put your best foot forward, because we're already depressed as it is that we can't see each other. But at least when we look at each other, we'll be like, that's how I remembered her. That's how I wanted to be, right?
That's my girl. Yeah. For sure.
So I understand that, like, the online, marketplace has been kind of a big part of, what the focus has been like. And I want to get into that. But before I do, I want to actually, I want to ask you guys, and take this in stages, because there's so many things I want to talk about and I don't want to confuse people, because I'm going to be all over the place, wanting to get as much information as possible, since I have two experts who, can really help us, up our game in this season. And the other part of this is feeling stagnant, right? It's like, I've already got all these clothes, I've already got all this makeup, I got nowhere to go. How do you guys, how have you guys faced that on a personal level before we kind of get into talking about the real reason you're here, which is your expertise?
Well, for me, it was staying connected with my family too, right? Family as well as friends. I mean, I've got my professional career, I'm a mom. So there's times where I need my girl time. And if I can't get my GNOs in person, it was literally Zoom. So, I mean, we would glam up. We'd have our bottle of wine, our faces were decked out, we'd have themes, you know what I mean? Like the red lipstick theme for one of my friend's 40th. So, I mean,
Love it.
we made a point to stay connected that way.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where, you know, I made use of all my clothing. I made use of my makeup, you know, I mean, and then obviously work, I've got to go out and about.
Right.
So I was one of those essential workers. So yeah, like Karishma said, mask was on, but my eyes, the clothes, I still had to look a certain way.
What you're talking about, woman, I think you kept the mask business in business with the amount of masks,
Sure.
with a mask per outfit. You, your son, and your husband.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my gosh. So how about you, Karishma? How's it been with you in regards to, you know, just the whole getting used to the COVID game, you know?
I think
Since
it's the
here for
same
long
way.
haul.
Yeah, for sure. I think what Monica said, Zoom calls, it was my best friend's bachelorette. Obviously we couldn't make it, so we did everything on Zoom and we glammed for those type of occasions.
Right.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
definitely, Zoom was definitely, you know, our best friend during those times.
Oh my God,
And
I
it
hear
still
you,
is.
girlfriend. I totally hear you. Okay, so let's get to it. Let's get to it. I'm sure that everyone that may have been late is now currently in. So we've got fall, holiday trends, celebrity tips, and pet peeves to talk about in that order. Are you guys ready?
Right. We're
Yeah.
ready.
Okay, let's do it. So let's talk first about fall trends. Grishma, let's start with you. Going
Sure.
into the fall season, in terms of makeup, in terms of hair, like what are you seeing that people need to know about?
Like I said, so it's gonna be moving into like fall and winter. It's gonna be
Yeah.
glowy skin. It's gonna be smoky eyes. We're gonna be playing out with our eyes. So
Right.
literally lashes, liners,
Yeah.
hues of purple are gonna be in as well.
Oh, cool.
So definitely, I think liners in different colors are going to be coming back. I don't know if you remember the white liners back in the day. They're
Yes.
coming back. They've like, you know, dig them up in the bottom of your cosmetic bags because we're going to be using them to open up our eyes, brighten them up.
Right.
As far as hair,
you wear those, and you wear that kind of in there, right? To can make your eyes pop. Yeah.
Yes. That'll like brighten up your entire, like make you look awake. So it's a great, like, you know, daytime look.
Yeah, well, that's helpful, right, Marge?
Yeah,
we want to look
away.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what I love about what you just said there, Karishma, is that back in the day, well, that back in the day for you was probably a couple of years for me and Monica.
No, seriously, middle school. It was the white liners on the top. I don't know if you girls remember, but
We do.
I did it too. Now it's on the bottom lids.
Okay, so that's really interesting that you're saying that. Marge, Monica, what are you seeing in terms of fall that people need to know about? Because it's almost like we've lost track of our fashion game.
Yeah, and that's I mean, I'll get into that later, but that's one of my pet peeves, right? With COVID, that everybody got lazy in their track pants and sweats. And
That's me.
I mean, well, a lot of people, right? And so, well, now come fall, and this is my favorite time of the year. I love it. You know, layering up. You know, being able to get outside. If you want to still get outside, you want to layer up. So big trends that I'm seeing. That has got me really excited, to be honest with you. You know, you've got those nice earthy tones coming in, more structured clothing, because I've hated that slouchy stuff that's been going on, right?
That doesn't help us women who are well endowed in certain parts of our body. Just makes us look frumpy.
Right. So, like, you know, structured clothing is huge. You know, the suit dressing, blazers, it just makes your silhouette look good. Think of, you know, the 40s back in the day, the skirt suits. They're stunning. Knit long dresses, sweater dress, you know, sweaters, which are, you know, the vest sweater knits.
Right.
We're not talking.
I haven't seen that for a long time.
No, and I'm not talking the funky stuff. You know, very like luxe looking. I mean, that's been huge. I mean, there's some not so great things that are coming back, right? Like, you remember the clunky boots?
Yes.
You know, platform clunky boots. They're coming in huge.
Thank God for that, because my feet can't take it anymore.
Well, I mean, they don't look so great, but they're super comfy, right?
Yeah, that works for me at my age.
But if you want the sexiness going on, you still have the over the knee boots. Even think about riding boots. You know, the old England horse
those.
riding, that's so sexy, right? So the lace boots.
And they seem to be a staple every fall. Like they never seem to, they just always bring them back. Actually, Monica, there's a question here for you. Art from the Heart _TO is saying, not related to makeup, but Monica, where's your white top from? It looks amazing.
Oh, thank you. I'm busting out my holiday glam for you, ladies. Actually, this is from Bloomingdale's, at the Bloomingdale's outlet, because I love my bargains.
Yes.
So I got it it's from Bloomingdale outlets, less than $50, and I love it. It's you know, and again, this is another staple that's going to be coming out, the ruffles.
Yeah.
Even this, like, you know, pie crust collars, that's going to be huge.
Okay.
You know, cutouts, not the olden day cutouts, which were like a little sleazy. I'm talking very, very understated. So like, you know, your necklace here, your like little hip here.
Yeah.
Very like subtly done.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge.
So it's almost like that kind of whole kind of romantic fall feel.
Yes.
You know, with, you know, you can still go outdoors, you layer it up, you can still look chic, because you don't have to pull out your blanket coat that I do every year in the winter time.
No blanket coats. But if you want to do something fun and still want that fun coat, and you're not really into the tailored look, you know, the shag coat. Remember with the whole shaggy look. Yeah. But again, still a little bit more structured, not so over the top, right? So the collars will have the shag of the arms. Fringes are huge, but you're seeing that on both sides, right? So in Bollywood, you know, the brown and on the western side, fringe is huge. Not the cowboy fringe. Again, the whole theme here is a little bit more chic. Yes, chic, classy, more luxe. So on the hems of your skirts, you know, little trinkets on the arms. Yeah. It's all about the more romantic, whimsical, right? So even shirts, big poofy sleeves, balloon hems. I mean, I can go on and on and on. There's so many trends out there.
God. You know,
totally
honestly,
notes right now, like mentally.
Me and Karishma, we totally, girl, I mean, if COVID wasn't on, we'd be going shopping right now.
This is my favorite. You can tell I'm excited, right? Because this is my thing, like layering. Leather, I love leather, right? Leather separates.
Oh my gosh.
But if you want to be super chic, you put it all together. So it's like one elongated line. Tops. I mean, this is all like, you don't have to pay big bucks, right? It's not all super designers, H&M, Zara. I mean, they're all doing these in, you know, in better price points for, like, especially now in COVID. People don't, they don't want to spend those kind of bucks. They don't know if they're getting a paycheck tomorrow, right? Where their paycheck's coming, how they're going to spend the money.
Of course.
So there are ways of like glamming it up, looking good. Yeah. But, you know, in better price points. But the one thing, the 90s, remember the 90s, the light colored jeans? Yes. I hate it, but that's coming back in, girlfriend. Okay. Not my thing, but that, you know, wider, still long, big, long pants, but a little bit wider and light, which not my thing, but that's going to be a huge trend. Okay. Too. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Honestly, like this time of year, I usually fly out to Chicago, guys, because I hang out with my sister Monica, and because we know, we do, because it's right before the winter, guys. And, you know, it's, you know, and it's kind of your last chance right before you start hibernating. So I love to go out to Chicago, because if there's one thing I can tell you about Monica, is that she's always on point with understanding fashion and style. Like, so you'll have like fashion influencers, you'll have style influencers, but being able to understand how to incorporate style into fashion that makes sense for who you are as a personality, your body shape and stuff. Honestly, Monica's like she's the girl. And I miss that you style. I feel you need to do like a style blog, or you need to do something once little man is, you know, more organized in school and you've got a bit more time for yourself, because there's so much knowledge that you have, Moj, and you have an eye that a lot of people don't have. And I'm not just saying this, it's the truth. It's the reason why, you know, you made all the changes you did and took the strides that you did that were very innovative across, you know, the 15 years that you were with the Anokhi brand. Like, you just kept changing stuff up, and it's never, ever been quite that way since. And it's got a lot to do with your eye. So I hope
and I know that Karishma agrees with me. We hope that we can convince her to do some sort of a blog or
for sure.
like an
Ray
Insta
can come over
scenario.
and I'll babysit him, and I'm
There
gonna
you
put
go.
Monica to work.
That's it, right?
Exactly. So
well, you know what? I did want to say one thing though, in
Yes.
regards to like how we're talking about seasonal trends, and people get so worked up with, you know, what's in fashion. You know, I got to wear it. I need every single thing in my closet. But like you said, it's just taking pieces for what's a trend and working into your own personal style, right? And a lot of people forget that.
Yeah.
So, you know, certain things don't work for everybody's body types, or it doesn't jive with your personality. Like, to pick those things that work for you and use those as your staples, you know? And that's what
such a great tip
to do.
Yeah, because we feel that if everyone out there is wearing a certain thing, that we should be wearing it, otherwise we're not in with it, and you just end up looking like clownish and ridiculous. And
of course,
we've been down that road, especially with makeup. Karishma, coming back to you in regards to makeup, when is it too much without looking at me and the woman sitting next to you? Because we are go big, go home kind of women.
And that's good. I like go big or go home. I love the glamour. I love the glamour. I love it all. So I think I love like the statement lip that she has on right now. Like, yes.
I love it.
I always a good like red or coral lip.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think there's ever, you know, it's whatever fits your personality at the end of the day.
Absolutely, completely agreed. And, you know, actually, I want to ask you, Karishma, let's head into the holiday season. You know, how do we now switch things up for the holiday season? And, you know, that when we're talking about holiday, you know, here in North America, being that we are very multi-ethnic society here, we celebrate Thanksgiving, Diwali, Christmas, we celebrate everything, right? Talk to us a little bit about, you know, some of the things that cosmetics companies, influencers, maybe even celebrities are talking about in terms of what's new in, you know, in makeup, in hair, like anything, like a couple of top things that you think we should know about.
So as like holidays are approaching, that includes like New Year's Eve, I think Monica would really like this trend that's going to be happening. So the 70s are coming back, and I think there's going to be like a lot of like silver eyeshadow, glitter.
Talking my language.
Yep, that thick eyeliner is going to be coming back because, like I said, we're going to be wearing masks, so we want those eyes to be like glam and all artistic going on. And then also lashes, like the 70s look. You remember those spidery lashes?
Absolutely.
That's coming back. And like I said, those bright colors. So that's what's going to be happening in like Christmas, holidays, Diwali, New Year's, you know, all of that.
Yes.
When we go towards like South Asian wise, I believe like turning it over to a little bit like more hair, I think.
Yeah.
We're opting for more like creative hairstyles, like braids, like intricate. So I think that's what's going to be happening during like, you know, Diwali, Navratri, that's coming up.
So I kind of like what you just said regarding braids. Like, can you like elaborate a little bit on that? Like, give us some ideas of what you mean? Because when you talk braids to me, you're talking.
I'm thinking goods, right? I'm thinking.
Oh no, not those kind of braids. You mean like twists and curls and like a Greek braid. Like think of a Greek goddess.
See. So not like a big fat Indian.
No, not the one that I could do basically.
No, girl. You gotta think Jasmine and like Greek goddess.
I should really love that. You know, and I haven't really cut my hair during this whole year during COVID. So maybe busting out a bit of the Greek goddess might be a cool thing this season, where I can sit across the Zoom with my hairdo Moj while we toast in the new year.
There you go.
Oh, how depressing that sounds.
Another thing that we're adding to like hair is a lot of like decorative pieces, like gems and stones.
Oh, nice.
That's going to be added. I think
that.
Like the whole beauty world is like a huge circle. Everything just comes right back.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, we're definitely adding a lot of that.
Okay, perfect. Like, are they sure they didn't just kind of, you know, look at people like me and Monica and just say that, oh, like, yeah, what she's doing, that's what's in, what she's doing.
It's loud, it's colorful,
we're doing it.
Shiny.
Sparkly.
Okay, there you go.
I love it. I guess that's the real reason that we love this time of year is we get to really bust out the OTT and actually look normal for once in the year.
And actually fit in, you know. Yeah.
And you guys are going to be like, oh, been there, done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be like, we'll show you how it's done.
Yeah.
We're the ones that invented this, you know. It's kind of, you remember that time when Rihanna came out with her red hair? And, you know, people would come up to me and they say, oh, you got red hair like Rihanna. I said, actually, I've had red hair for the last 10 years. Do you remember?
Yep.
So it's going to be that now. Actually, I've been I've had eyeliner since I was 17 on my eyes like this.
In school.
Exactly. Right? So Monika, let's flip back over to you. Let's talk the holiday palette in terms of fashion. Okay. And I know that we're talking, you know, like I know this is kind of a little bit before putting the cart before the horse, but I kind of feel we need to hear Bollywood, Hollywood. I think we need to bring that in here because we're talking the holiday season.
Sure. So, I mean, it's really hard actually to look at holiday trends. Like just fall has been kicking in, but I mean, if you've been looking at the trends that have been happening in South, you know, in the Asian world, it's actually really excited me because it's been very again romantic, right? And they've elevated their whole world of intricacy. We look at again ruffles, fringes, like the statement blouses. It's blown up, right? There's no longer.
Are you talking Bollywood?
Lenga. Yes, I'm talking like, and it just in fashion in itself, in that, you know, on the South Asian world. I mean,
they've really elevated their game, haven't they?
Oh my God, it's just like taken to another level, right? I mean, it's the stuff that they do is stunning. Like I said, the statement blouse. We're talking everything in the gamut, the big sleeves, everything that's dramatic and beautiful, you know. Right. Like I said, the fringe work, off the shoulders, like capes.
And they're like busting it out, hey?
Oh, dupattas that are joined into your top, belted, and then you've got the people
and nowhere to go. All this style and nowhere to go.
Right, and then but if you don't like that look, if that's a little too much for you, I mean, you know, the pants.
You shouldn't. Big. The pants
suit. And like, you remember back in the day, maybe you did this back in the day.
I did.
Like, you remember the dhoti pants?
Yeah.
I mean, that's so huge too. The jacket suits. Yeah. Even jackets with peplum tops, jackets with lengas too. You know, the people who don't want to do the whole girlsy cutesy thing and they want to be a little hardcore. Yeah. You bust that out, straight pants with really intricate tunic tops, high-low tunic tops. You know what I mean? I mean,
what was that word you used earlier? You bloody diva. What's a peplum top?
Peplum top.
What's a peplum
top? They come in and then they flare out.
It's like a baby doll.
Like a little baby doll top. Remember that those were big a little while ago. Then they're back.
But how ridiculous would I look in that? Come on.
Yeah, if you're a little busty, it's I mean, you'd be happy.
So that's more for kind of like the cutesy pre-pregnancy body.
Yeah, unless you wear a jacket version and it's open. Then
okay, that's
you can put a V-neck slip inside, or
I could pull that off.
You know what I'm saying? You can do something like that. Draping is really huge. Like,
talk to us a little bit about that because people don't understand how to drape. So let's talk about some do's and don'ts here.
The old school sari, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that no longer, I mean, you can still do the traditional way of doing it, but draping where it's just like the one pin, you're putting it together with a belt. It's just more loose, but it's a little bit more sexier, more looser because you've got the bralette underneath.
Right.
You've got, you know, the top that has no sleeves or the cutoffs here. So it's more like having a long like satin blanket draped around you, but just like one little clip here or one little tie, right? Instead of like all those gazillion, you know, very harsh lines. That's not the look today, right?
So let me ask you about that. Like, because you know, when you wear a sari, the biggest, you wear like 7,000 clips. Pins. Because you're scared that it's going to fall off and you're going to be standing there in your nuds, right?
Yeah.
So how is this happening if you've just got like the one clip?
I mean, designers are being really smart. Like, so they're building it in, right? So a lot of times, you know how you had the ready-made sari back in the day and you just had the one clip, but it still looked very, you know, structured. So you still have that kind of theme, but instead of it looking that way. They have the one clip, or they'll just tie it with the belt.
Right.
Your dupatta is actually attached to the whole outfit instead of having a separate piece.
Nice.
So they're making it all look like one huge blanket that's literally draped around your body,
Wow.
And then adding in the ruffles, adding in the feathers, just gives it all of that like more
Elegant.
elegant as
Yes.
it's just like
Sounds so
absolutely
elegant.
Oh, it just sounds amazing. And then to add the eyes and like the Greek goddess hair, etc., that Karishma's talking about. I mean,
Put it
guys,
together.
I mean, it's awesome. So do you guys feel that that's kind of the look for the holiday season, for Diwali, for parties? Because even though we can't do it the way we're used to doing it, I mean, we're going to be busting that out, that we need, like psychologically, we need to feel the party, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
And add color, obviously Diwali is all about light, color, throwing in the color.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the looks that we've been seeing during the summertime, if you looked at the trends in summer, it's always been the lighter hues, very muted colors. But now for the holidays, you're looking at richer textures, velvets. Like if you want to pull the floral from summertime, but you're putting it on the velvet, and less like less ornate, you have it not all over. So it's more like, the materials, more richness, the heavy silks, the raw silks, and the velvets, mixed in with the chiffons, mixed in with the shines as well. Shine is huge. And my favorite is Amit Agarwal. He's been busting out shine and the mirror work that's been, the mirror work that's been, oh my God, it's so
mirror
stunning.
work has always been my favorite.
That's like a big thing right now. And I've been like crushing on that huge.
Wow.
But even though you're like not going to go anywhere, like we're still going to celebrate it at home. So
you still
get dolled up and do it with your family.
Yeah.
Whether it's just you and your spouse or, you and your immediate family.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Party.
Absolutely. So for those people out there who feel like they don't need to make an effort because, we are having that kind of a year.
Yeah.
Both of you, your opinion on pulling them out of the doldrums.
Okay, well, I fully do not agree with that. To me, I'm all about how you dress, how you look elevates your mood, right? Like if you want to stay in a dumpy mood, you're going to want to wear your sweats, you're going to want to look back, it's all about mind over matter.
Right.
And I love to, if I'm going for a meeting, or if I'm even taking my son to school, I'm going to get up, I'm going to put an outfit together. I can't just throw a top on. It makes you feel, especially in COVID today, what else do you have to look forward to? Get up, get in the closet, make use of your stuff. I mean, it just makes you more, the happy, positive, get you out of a depression, get you, change up your mood swings.
Right.
A polished look. I'm all about the polished look. You don't have to be glam 24 hours a day, but just be polished. Just look like you didn't walk out of a bed.
Right. And would you add anything to that, Karishma?
Yeah, I actually am guilty of being that. I was in the dump. I felt like, oh, I'm just going to wear like sweats all the time and everything. But actually, Monica pulled me out of that.
Yeah.
And like,
she's good at that.
We met up and, you get ready for it. It makes you empowered, makes you feel confident to, get ready, get dolled up, take pictures, even if it's just us.
Exactly. And get you excited about life.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't change our situation on that front, but let's just work on things we can change, right?
Yeah. Life is too short. Make the most of it.
Looking good, feeling good is all a part of that.
Absolutely.
Right. So I'm gonna put both of you on the spot a little bit here.
Sure.
So we have day looks and we have evening looks.
Okay.
Right. And I know that we're not, going out that much, but we are communicating a lot more online. If you were to give some tips, because a lot of people are just like fed up. They don't really know what to do. They just look the same all the time. Doesn't matter what time of day it is. Doesn't really matter who they're talking to. How can you give them that sense of what we were used to doing, which is, okay, this is my day look. This is my evening look. And you would physically go somewhere for your day look and you would physically go somewhere for your evening look. Now you're not physically going anywhere. Right. How can we, because I'm a firm believer that if you have structure in your day, that you can get through anything. And I feel a part of that structure has got to be how you show up physically. Right. Like, you know, when you're, whether it's daytime conversations or evening time conversations, those are different. Daytime, we're still having work conversations. Evening, we're still kind of shooting the shit with people that we care about and talking about, you know, how much we all hate COVID. Like, they are different conversations being had. I feel that you still need to kind of show up. So talk to me a little bit about what you guys would suggest could be some tips around a day look versus an evening look in the confines of that online world.
I would, first of all, go in your closet and split it up, right? I mean, like, now people split it, they're seasonal, right? Your summer clothes versus your fall clothes. But you take it one step ahead, right? And so you have your season of the, you know, fall, let's say fall, example, or what we're in now, this pre-fall. You know, which is the hardest season because it's not full on summer and we're not full on into fall yet. Like, you get that seasonal, and you make a block in your closet. Right. You'll have these are my shirts, these are my day shirts, and these are the pants or the skirts that I can wear with them, and you pair them together, right? You have them next to each other. And then have my evening section. These are all my evening clothes. And then you prepare things, you know, that go together or you love wearing. So you have it already semi set up in your closet that way. So you have a few options of what you're going to do instead of like going through a whole gamut of a closet. There's sweaters here, there's this, there's that here. You know, I like to pair my stuff up. Even on hangers, I like to pair outfits together.
I love that. Now you just now you just prompted another question off of what you just said there. A lot of people have a really bad hanger game. Let's talk about hangers. Yeah. Because I know that's a huge pet peeve of yours.
Yeah.
So how do we buy hangers? Like, what do we buy for what? Because, you know, I'm right. You know, how many times, you know, do you go to someone's house, they have this fabulous home, they look awesome all the time. You go in their closet, you're like, oh my God, look at that hanger game. I know you do that all the time.
Hangers which are like multicolored or like bending or like one's going this way, one's going that way, sticking out. Like,
and there's so many types, Mod. There's so many types of hangers. God. People don't know how to use hangers. Give us 1 or 2 points on what we should be looking to do.
Okay, so like the wooden hangers, very durable. I love them for your heavier set clothing, right? Like your jackets, anything that has weight on it, you want to put it on a heavier set hanger. So, you know, wooden hangers are perfect for that. Some have ridges in them. If you have like a heavier set outfit, but it's, you know, you don't want it falling off the edges. So you can have the ones with ridges. Some are nice and smooth. Those delicate wear outfits, you know, with the spaghetti straps or maybe lace, satin. You've got the velvet covered, or you know, the velvet covered hangers.
I love those.
Your you know, intimates, even our Indian clothes. Some of those delicate pieces. And they're quite sturdy. They're very, very thin, but they're super sturdy, right? So those are those metal ones that you get from the freaking dry cleaners. Dump those, recycle them. I do not want to see them. They are useless. They actually ruin your clothes after a while. You know what I mean? Because then your clothes, if it's sitting on a hanger that it's not meant for, they start having, have you seen the indents in your clothes of an item of clothing that's been sitting there half a year? Or they start like, the hanger starts sagging and weighing, ripping into those like fabrics.
But you have to speak to the men.
Out, man.
Men, oh my God.
The worst.
They are the worst. Like, why do I need to buy a hanger? I'm getting a free hanger and it's only a shirt. Am I right?
Like, yeah, totally. I have like my husband's side of the closet is full of those hangers. His shirts come from the dry cleaner and it's smacking there with the plastic still on, right? And I'm like, dear God, can you like just
let that cotton breathe?
Oh my God. And it's, like exactly. And it smells. It's static. Like, take that damn thing off.
I can already tell that's like your pet peeve. You're getting so worked up.
Oh, I hate it. It's ugly.
We're heading over to the pet peeves.
Ugly, man. So, I mean.
So a lot of great tips there, Monica. I mean, you know me, I can like go on and on asking you a million questions, but I've just got this burning question inside my head for Karishma right now. I have to ask you, Karishma, because this is a little bit more difficult, right? So here you are, like hair up, right? And you have your meetings during the day, right? So, you want to make sure that you look half decent. And then in the evenings, you may be kind of doing a cocktail party with the girls or whatever, or speaking with your man because he just happens to not be where you are and you just, want to show up looking fabulous.
Yeah.
How do you transform one look into another? Like, to give us a couple of tips, because even with all of the makeup tutorials out there, the amount of beauty influencers, makeup influencers out there, you still see women get it wrong.
True. 100%.
Yeah.
I think just a few products to be used can make like a whole difference. So like for a daytime look, I would say like throw your hair up in a bun.
Okay.
Add some eyeliner and mascara.
Yeah.
And some blush.
Yeah.
And then for the evening to like transform it into like more of like a moody, put on like a darker lip tone and put your hair down. It just makes everything more elegant.
Yeah.
When you put your hair down and like a dark lip.
And you know what you're saying there, it may sound simple and people may be like, I mean, yeah, I know this, but you're not doing it. Like how many times are we on like day meetings where the person looks like they're ready for a party, right? And so you're like busy looking at them and you're not hearing what they're saying because you're like, what is going on here? And then, and it's funny because I was at an online, party and they told us to dress up in like pink Bollywood. I was the only flipping one other than the person whose party it was that was busted out the Bollywood pink. And I'm like, why are you not making an effort, people?
I don't know. And then like, have you ever been to those parties where it's an evening party and all your girlfriends, they're all wearing this muted lipstick and you're the one with the bright, and I'm like, it's evening, people, you're going out. Like, hello. I get it, you just came from work, but change that lipstick up at least.
And it's so simple. It's just a lip change that can turn everything into like more of an evening mode or, that evening look.
I absolutely agree with you, Karishma, because the last few lives that I've been doing over the course, I would say, of the last 6 weeks, when I kind of got back into it after my hiatus, because I moved, my office moved, my home moved. So I needed to be in my zone for that. So when I came back about 6 weeks ago, I believe, I have had the muted lip for like every single time. And then I knew I was coming on this live. And I knew that I had the two glam queens that were going to be.
This is the first time I didn't wear red, right? I'm like, it's so typical. They're going to expect the red. I'm not putting the red on today.
Exactly. So here I am with like the brightest pink lips, and I keep looking at my lips.
I love it. It looks great. I love that color on you.
Oh my God. Thank you, sweetheart.
They're just like awesome. I love it.
Thank you so much. So I have to ask you another question because a lot of people are confused about this, me being one of them, Karishma. Vegan versus non-vegan products. Who cares? Tell us why we need to.
She's going to look at me.
Yeah, we need to care.
Okay.
So vegan. So I think another misconception.
And then there's also paraben versus non-paraben. So maybe we can throw that into the mix.
For sure. So I think something that we always get mixed up is cruelty-free versus vegan.
Right.
So cruelty-free is beauty products or products without harming animals. Okay. And also it does not contain any animal ingredients, such as like honey, beeswax, squalene, gelatin, or carmine.
Okay.
So those are all vegan beauty products.
Okay.
And then cruelty-free is basically you're not harming animals. You'll see that little image of a bunny on the products.
Yes.
So that means that it's cruelty-free and that brand is not harming.
So what's the difference
on animals?
So what's the difference between the two that you just mentioned? Because it sounds like the same thing to me.
It does sound like the same thing, but it's not. So cruelty-free can use those ingredients that I mentioned, like carmine, honey, beeswax.
Right.
And vegan does not use those.
Regardless,
they don't use
no
any animal ingredients, or it's not tested on animals.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Totally. Now I get it.
So we know the difference.
Yeah. So there may still be products in there that are from the animal, but they weren't extracted in a harmful manner.
Sure.
And then the other one is completely like no way, not touching an animal in any shape or form.
And that's vegan.
That's the vegan one. So paraben versus non-paraben, because I have to be very, very honest. I didn't even know what paraben was until a few years ago when Monika, sitting next to you, kept shoving it up my ass and saying, you cannot wear that that's got
Yeah.
parabens in it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
who cares?
Who gives a shit? Yeah,
I
that's
know.
our ongoing thing.
So for those people, like I obviously am initiated now, so my products are all, you know, paraben free. For those who aren't initiated, tell us a little bit about why it's what the difference is between paraben versus non-paraben, and why non-paraben is what we should be supporting in today's society with all the different chemicals in our environment and everywhere else. So let's go there.
For sure. So paraben is definitely on the naughty list. It can be in skincare and hair products. And
Okay.
like Monika, who's like aware, if you're a like skincare hair person, you know that like the paraben, that word is just bad. It's on the naughty list.
Yeah.
And basically it's a preservative to have like longer shelf life in many like health and beauty products.
Right.
The alternative for that is natural preservatives.
Okay.
So there are products that we should be using that
Like,
are more.
let's give our listeners or viewers some names of some of these so they can look down the ingredients list.
Totally. So these are some products that are paraben free. So these are something that you can use, you should use.
Okay.
Some brands are like Pacifica. It's a skincare brand.
Okay.
Ren Cosmetics is another skincare brand.
Okay.
Juice Beauty, Honest Beauty. I don't know if you guys heard of that. Live
Oh,
Tinted.
Yes.
Vasanthi Cosmetics.
Right.
Yeah.
They're
Like
also
that,
paraben
paraben
free. So those are just those are some. I mean, there's so many more, but you know, do your research.
Yeah.
I think we should be aware of what we put into our skin, what we put into our hair, our kids.
Right.
So definitely paraben free is the way to go. And I think vegan is the future of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
We should be using vegan products only.
Right. Right. We shouldn't be having to harm any
when you
living creature when technology is such that we don't have, there is an alternative, right?
For sure.
There is an
and
alternative.
my whole thing is, you know, you're putting chemical on yourself. You don't know what the hell that's doing to you over over years upon years. And they're only finding out like now some are cancer causing, and this and that. And I'm like, but we're really putting it on ourselves to make ourselves look beautiful. Meanwhile, you're giving yourselves 10 years from now, God knows what.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's interesting that you both brought that up because statistics show that 50% of the world will die of cancer causing, diseases of some sort. Now, some cancer causing, things out there, we can't do anything about. They're out of our control, what's in the atmosphere, et cetera, right? But what we can control, girls, right? What we can control, we got to, right? Because this is not just about, this is not even a question of preference anymore. This is a question of life and death.
Yeah, I mean, it's stupid, basically,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
It's stupid. If you don't,
says the Brit.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid. Absolutely. So I know that, oh my God, we've got hardly no time left. So I've got to get into this. This is really, really important. I want to know out there in the things that are going on that you're seeing, whether it be in the celebrity world, whether you see it in the influencer world, whether it is, brick and mortar retail versus online retail, what is it that is causing you like a headache? Like, what are your pet peeves, girls? Let's go there.
Oh, pet peeves. I mean, I've got so many. But,
I have so many too.
Okay, so let's pick the ones that you feel people need to know about.
Okay, so if we're going back to the whole holiday season, my biggest pet peeve in regards to style, like I'm going to pertain it to my thing, right?
Yeah.
So the biggest thing that I've seen, especially last year, the past couple of years, I cannot stand it with a passion, is the whole, for Christmas time, the whole matchy pajamas. Like the husband, the kid, the wife, the uncle, the aunt, the frigate, the grandfather,
the dog.
And you have a group picture and you're all in your pajamas. Yeah. I'm like, dude, I don't want to see the granddad in pajamas. I don't want to see like my brother-in-law in his pajamas. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to see my husband in those frigging pajamas. I mean, you're gonna come into the boudoir in some sexy getup, that's fine, but not no frigging holiday pajamas. I can't handle that. Right. To me, that's lazy.
Right.
Like, holidays about dressing up, like showing up, looking good, getting your glad rags
Showing
on.
up,
And
yeah.
if you can't even do that on that one holiday season and you come in with your like sparkly pajamas, like, dude, come on.
Right. Okay.
That is huge pet peeve of mine.
Okay. So don't buy them.
Yeah, I'm not like, don't ask me to do like a family picture.
I'm just like thinking right now, like,
don't
okay,
ask me to do that
I can't do that.
Yeah, that's not going down.
Yeah. So what else you got, Moj?
Oh my God. Let's see.
Moj, by the way,
one thing
is
that's my pet peeve is
Go.
chipped nail polish.
Oh.
I cannot stand chipped nail polish.
Me and Monika.
I took mine off specifically because I had chipped nail polish.
I like cringe.
Yeah, I
No,
can
it's a
imagine.
horrible thing that us girls do. I
and then
agree.
when it's like photographed and stuff like that, it's just like, no, girl.
Yeah, or they're doing their like boomerang with your wine and you can see chip nail. Yeah.
No, I agree with that one too. Okay, so 1 for 1. Moj, back at you.
Okay, next one. Let's see. Oh, the ugly sweater scenario for holidays.
I knew you were gonna
like,
say that.
Ugly sweater party again. Like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, who came up with that concept? That is so lazy.
Yeah.
Like, you go into the store to buy that? Like, dude, I would never in a million years buy. I went to one and it was the hardest thing of my life. I'm like, oh my God, I don't own anything that looks like that. How the hell am I gonna do it?
You know, you walked in like glam.
Dude, and I ended up like, and they're looking at me like, this is supposed to be ugly. So I'm like, this is ugly as it gets, okay? I can't do ugly.
Monika's like, what are you talking about? This is ugly.
I still had to coordinate it, right? I had to coordinate it somehow with like a headband or like earrings or something, right? I'm like, but you're spending money. Like, are you kidding me on an ugly sweater where you're never gonna wear again? Like, freaking give that money to charity or get yourself a freaking nice blazer you can wear next year too. Like that, I don't understand that concept.
Well, you've got like some really valid points there, Moj. I do agree with you. Back at you, Karishma. What you got for me, girl?
So another pet peeve of mine is when girls sleep with their makeup on. I think that's one of my pet peeves. I mean, I've done it once and a couple of times back in the years, but girl, come on, clean your face, do that regimen. Your skin loves you.
I love that.
Treat it well.
I love that. It needs to be on my billboard. It needs to say that again. Your skin
I need that in my
you.
washroom. I need that in my washroom too. I mean, I take it off, but I'm lazy about it, right? It's
you take it off more.
But I take it off.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's because I put enough on, so I gotta take it off, man. My cushion's gonna be full of like brown stains, and my husband's gonna be like, "What the hell am I sleeping on?" So, come on.
But you know what? Honestly, 2 for 2. I gotta agree with you. That's like the worst thing that you can do to your skin for all those hours. You're not allowing your pores to breathe, right? Yeah. So, anything else, Moj? And by the way, guys, I keep calling her Moj. I keep forgetting. That's just her baby name. That's her baby name. And,
so AKA Moj. Pet peeves. Okay, then let's going back to this whole COVID thing. Like I said, the whole slouchy get up. I mean, if you want to do the casual look, I'm down for it. But again, it has to be
such
polished.
a liar, but carry on.
Polished, right? So that was one Hollywood somewhat trend, even Bollywood, to be honest with you, during COVID. They were doing this whole athleisure look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like wearing but sporty, like your yoga clothing, but it's everyday clothing. Could be like bedroom, your bedroom wear. It could be all, but not ugly. Like, step it up. So J-Lo, for example, she wore a tie-dye sweater from like a hoodie from Ralph Lauren, and like literally it sold out because the whole world copies J-Lo, right?
Of course. Well, she's a stylista. Even her
casual gear is
on purpose.
It's polished. And that's my whole thing. Like, if you want to do it, polish it. The trendy sneakers, the nouveau like space age sunglasses with that get up. I mean, it's then a full look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got it.
Something that's slapped together in my pajama pants and my like freaking flip flops, or and go into the shop.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
I hate that. I hate it.
And you have a really valid point there, Moj, because even slouch has a look. Even cash has a science behind the style of that look.
Right.
You can't just say, okay, I'm just going to put this on and it's going to work, because it can't work unless you understand the science of how it's kind of like, and I know Karishma will agree with this, it's kind of like having the nude face or having the face that looks like it's got hardly no makeup on, but it took so much effort to actually get that look.
Yeah.
It's a similar kind of scenario,
That
right?
no makeup look, yeah.
But you're still wearing it full on, right? And the person who does this whole, you know, look so great, the whole athletic look that I'm telling you about, leisure, Lily Singh, for example, right?
Yeah.
She's really good at pulling that off and looking funky, fresh, you know, it's casual, but it's still put together. She's got the sneakers going on, she's got the pants on, she's got the whole gamut going on, even from her hair when she does the braids or like the
she looks
she's got the look,
awesome,
right?
Yeah.
Whether it's your look or not, but I mean,
but she has a look. Yeah, got it, understood. Perfect. You got anything for us, Karishma?
I think my last one is probably like dirty, like cosmetic bags.
Okay.
Keep that clean because those brushes are going on your face, my girl.
Dude, I don't even want to tell you. I still have my glam bag from when I worked back in the Anokhi day. It was one of our first Christmas presents that you gave us. I still have that same glam bag.
I hope it's clean, Monica. Or that's you know what you're getting for Christmas.
All my makeup's in there.
I think she needs one of those for Christmas, Karishma.
You remember?
I do remember.
I still have it. And
wow.
But that's okay. Like, you know, you can flip it out and just, you know, run it through water, wash it. Yeah, you got to do that.
Okay, I need to ask you a question because I'm being told that we've got 4 minutes left. Karishma, this is something I don't know how to do. How do I wash the flipping brushes? What do I use?
Oh, I don't.
Okay, I got it. Perfect. So you guys have Dawn soap, right?
Dawn, yeah.
Dawn soap. Okay, so Dawn soap, the blue kind that has a little ducky on it.
Yeah.
Get that out. Get a bowl. Add some warm water, like lukewarm water, and a couple drops of that Dawn soap. Swish it in and just like rub it. You know, just rub your brush on your hand and just let all the, you know, the gunk come right off. Let it dry on a paper towel, and that's easy. You don't need fancy like brush makeup remover or anything.
I like this. Moj, I like this, but did you notice, Karishma, when you were telling the story that me and Monika were so tentatively listening to the story? Like we were like, okay, what are the tips? Like, you know, what did I miss? Which Dawn? What ducky? Right?
Yep. Yeah, it's the blue Dawn with the ducky on it.
I don't even use brushes. Okay, I still have those pathetic spatula like spongy. She's gonna kill me. I have the pack
you know what she needs, Karishma. Her birthday's coming up. Her birthday's
ahead of you, Raj.
Okay, I know how to use that thing, man. Oh Lord. Hence why I'm window wipers. Okay, I have the spatulas.
Well, I'm just letting you know, Karishma, my birthday's in March.
Right?
I'm just putting it out there.
Oh man.
Oh my God, guys.
I have to get like a BOGO.
Yeah.
I think so.
Gonna have one deal, man. BOGO it.
We'll do it. So we are getting, folks, to the end of our show. I just feel like we just need to do this again. I said this off the top and I knew that the energy just was going to be crazy. I learned so much from these two incredible women. For those of you who joined us halfway through or towards the end, I have been speaking with Monika Bondi, who is a stylista of the stylistas. She's just the amount of abundant information she gave us. We were just like lapping it all in. And then that also goes ×2 for our beauty, hair, makeup expert here, Karishma Mehta. These guys together, honestly, they need their own show. You guys need a YouTube channel.
We're coming to Tana. Don't worry, we're coming.
Can't wait.
Post-COVID.
Post-COVID, absolutely. So as we close out, folks, I hope that you, got a lot of information. But if for some reason, like me, you were just kind of awestruck with the amount of, valuable information that was coming from these ladies, be sure to check this show out when we post it on IGTV here at Anokhi, as well as on the Anokhi Facebook page. It'll be in the playlist there as well. And this will also be running on Rukus Avenue Radio. And we will, just keep it locked here on Instagram and on Facebook to know when those dates are. And you will be able to just jot everything down. And I will have these girls back on. Ladies, thank you so much. It's been such an honor and a pleasure. You guys were just great. You gave us everything and more than I had ever imagined would happen. Thank you so, so much. And how can
Thank you
people...
so much for having us.
Absolutely, guys. And I know that we're closing out now. Quickly tell people how they can get a hold of you guys on socials.
For sure. You can reach me at makeupby.karishma, and my website is makeupbykarishma.com.
Perfect.
And mine is just my name on both my Insta, Facebook. You just look up my name, Monika Bondi, and you'll find me.
Thank you so much, my darlings. You guys were a pleasure. I cannot wait for us to do this all over again in January, post-COVID. Thank you so much.
Great.
Love to you all. Thank you so much, Facebook family and Instagram family. You guys, as always, are always a pleasure. That's me over and out for today.